Good morning and welcome. It is Friday the 22nd of April. I am Flatcap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very well. Alright, coming up today we've got a very quick review of yesterday because it won't take long because it was pretty rubbish. We've then got today's bets, normal staking day, so it's £20. It is 3 bets, 10 races, 11 horses. 3 bets, 10 races, 11 horses coming up. And then we'll do a word on the golf. And I'm hoping this video works because I've already recorded it once and it was probably the best video I've ever recorded in my entire life. And then it didn't seem to want to save for some reason. So annoying. So we'll try again. Before I get into yesterday, I do want to do a bit of a sermon of Flatcap Callum because there was some stuff going on the last few days on the comments on the chatter. And I just want to kind of readdress and redrawn the line of what I'm about here, what's okay, what's not okay. All right. So on this channel, I am not trying to be, I don't have any aspirations to be the biggest, the best, to have the most subscribers, the most likes of a YouTube channel, even albeit a horse racing tipster YouTube channel. It's not in my interest. What I'm trying to do here is build a community of like-minded people. If I wanted to have the biggest or the best or try and do that or get the most likes, I would do stuff differently. I would put some whizzy graphics on my screen. I would highlight each day every time change my subject heading and tell you, wow, look at me, I've got a winner or a big prize place. That's what I would do. I would never talk about the losers, and I just talk about the winners and the great places we've had and all the times we've won lots of money. That's what I'd want to do. I'd also, to be honest, if I wanted to make money from it, I could quite easily, given the fact that the channel's in profit, I could start charging and saying, oh, this is going to be X amount now, come and join me on my Telegram channel, give me some money through PayPal, and some people would pay me. I have no interest in taking any money from any casual punters. I will try and make money if I can from a bookmaker. If ultimately this channel is successful enough and YouTube want to pay me some money, then I'll take YouTube's money, I'm fine with that. But I'm not doing it ultimately to make a bunch of money, because if I was doing that, I wouldn't have chosen horse racing as my channel subject matter expert stuff here, because literally if you're outside of the UK and Ireland, most people aren't that interested. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to run a YouTube channel with a different strategy to what you will find in most places. So there are things I do on this channel that are very deliberate, very specific. There are things I do that are deliberately ambiguous. I am not trying to come here and tell you about my CV of betting or how much money I've ever won or where I used to work, because I'm not interested in about building credibility in that way. If I make profit from the bets I put on the channel, that would be the way I would try and build credibility. If I don't make bets, then if I don't make money, I don't have credibility. And that is why I record all of the statistics. There are very few, there's some good ones out there on YouTube, but there aren't many other channels that record their statistics in a very clear and transparent way. And that would be something I would always urge caution on. When people are giving it the big un, but actually you might have a winner on any given day and they might say, these are my 3 bets and one of them won. Well, it's only good if you bet in singles. If you bet those horses in treble, that wouldn't be a very good bet. So everything here is tracked in a statistical way, and that is how I would try and build credibility. I've got no desire or need to talk about the day that I won a lot of money before I was on the channel or when I was off the channel, because it's not necessary. So if I'm decent, have a look at the stats and tell me if I'm decent, and if you disagree, then you disagree. I think I'm doing an alright job on what I'm trying to do. The important thing here as well is I'm doing something that's different, deliberately different to what you will find in most other places, and therefore for some people they can't get their head around it, and it looks weird and it looks strange and it's not what they know, because they like backing favourites, they like backing short price horses and doing them in maybe like a win double in a win Trixie. What I'm doing here is predominantly Lucky 15s. There are a few other channels that would promote Lucky 15s. It is a great bet. What there aren't many others, if any, are doing multiple accumulators on each day, which is what I'm doing. So I'm trying to be a point of difference with one angle of how I make money outside of the channel in terms of from a betting point of view. So multiple accumulators, but looking at higher prices. And I'm not just picking, as most of you know, a price for the sake of the price. I'm actually doing a lot of research into looking at where the market has missed the pricing. So that is how I make my selections. I'm pretty sure that my track record, and I'll do some research because there was a question on it yesterday around what's the ratio basically of higher prices versus lower prices on the channel in terms of strike rate. So I have a little look. I've said all along, I've been running 36%, it's now dipped to 35%, so 35% win or place on all of my each way bets. And I would suggest that most casual punters wouldn't be able to get 35% win or place on an each way bet. What I'm trying to do here is get that percentage, but also do it based on prices that are higher. Therefore, we are trying to ultimately get a profit from that. So I will walk past a horse that is a short price, which is better form, in favour of something that might be 5 times the price, that's got less chance, but if it does place, will ultimately glean a better margin of money. Hopefully that makes sense. So everybody is welcome on this channel as long as you are respectful and understanding of what we're here to do. So if you want to make a challenging comment to me, I'm really cool with that, because I'm happy and confident with what I'm doing, and I will give you a reply around it. The great thing about horse racing is we've all got a different opinion. That's brilliant. So people can share their opinion and share their view, and sometimes I'll agree with you. Sometimes people have suggested stuff like, can you write better, basically. That's not what they said, but they did it in a kind of way, and I've tried to write block capitals and make it easier. Ian ages ago messaged to say, could you write the times of the race in the 24-hour clock? Sure, I can do that. If you want me to say, what are your 2 best short price favourites so I can do a £2.50 each way bet, that's not the kind of question I'm going to answer. So I'm happy to answer most things within the realm of what the channel is about. Likewise, some of you put on, oh, I've got this horse, what do you think? Really happy to answer that question, and I'll give you my view. Some people share their tips every day, and do you know what? I love that. And on the day that that person wins, I would expect everybody on this channel to actually celebrate with that person they've had a win. They're not trying to imitate and have their own YouTube channel. Some people do come on and give it the big one. And if they go and do that, and they call another viewer a tosspot, like what happened yesterday, I'll bin them off, because you've got to be respectful to people. So there was some respectful debate the last few days, and there was less respectful debate. So you're all adults, you get it. There's people every day who are going to look through the window at what we're doing on this channel and go, mate, you're ridiculous. Those prices are ridiculous. On any given day, I'm going to lose, aren't I? The point is we're making long-term profit, and those of you who've been on the channel a long time know what we're trying to do here, and you know it isn't necessarily just luck. And my ratio of percentages of those prices, and also some of the prices that we've got and that I've tipped up on this channel that no one in the month of Sundays would give you, some of them go in. So that is what we're about. So here endeth the sermon of the Flat Cap Callum for Friday morning. All right, I think that was what I was going to say. I think it's what I said last time before the video didn't record, annoyingly. Anyway, review of yesterday, very quickly. The lucky 15s were a pile of rubbish, and the win bet was close but not close enough, so we got nothing back from £15. So, what have we got today? 3 bets, as I said, 11 horses, 10 races. Bet 1. 1 o'clock Doncaster Merry Secret 8 to 1. We've then got 140 Doncaster Foreseeable Future 14 to 1. Watch for that horse. I've got it in 2 bets. I'm not saying it's my best horse of the day, and I'm not saying lump loads of money on it as a single bet. It's worth a single bet, I would say. What I'm saying is I think it was decent enough value if I was going to put a horse in 2 bets. That's the one I've done. I then got Bard in the 7-10 at Southwell or Southwell, whichever way you're going, 17 to 2. And then if the first 3 have all gone in, it's up to you whether you want to cash out before Shadow Walker at 66 to 1 happens. That is definitely the risky horse in this bet. It had 1 decent novice run at Southwell, which says it could be better than the other 2 runs it did as a donkey. So I'm taking a real chance on that one, that there's something enough in the form that I think 66 is overpriced. It could well be a donkey, and that race could have been a fluke, but I'm worth a go at 66s. So it's a 20p each way, lucky 15. You know, I have got a new notepad. I've been to the independent stationery supplier. or otherwise known as my local newsagents, to get my pads. And I've changed the colour scheme just to try and change the luck from the last couple of days. So bet 2, foreseeable future, again 14 to 1, 140 Doncaster. Then we've got 3 at Perth, 240 Perth, I see you well, 9 to 1. 345 Perth, a mouthy Doug, 25 to 1. I mentioned it in my review yesterday. 5 runner race, long as it's not an unrunner. I think that, if it's a non-runner, I would take it as a win bet. But 5 runners, they've all got a chance of winning that race. But 25 to 1, it's worth a go. And then 418 Kaelin Durg, I pronounced that terribly, I'm sure, 11 to 1. So I got 20p each way, lucky 15, and a 25p each way single on a mouthy Doug. Okay, rolling on to bet 3, if I can turn the page. Okay, 418 Perth. We've got 2 in the 418 Perth. We had 1 in the last bet, different horse in this bet. Miss Milano 22s. We've then got 5 o'clock Kilbeggan, Lighthouse Lady 40 to 1. That is my value horse of the day. It's not the biggest price, but it is the biggest value, I would say. There's some really good horses at the front of the market, so I'm not thinking that horse is going to come along and win the race by a mile. You know, I do think 40 to 1 is really overpriced, and it will run a lot better than 40 to 1 shot should. 6 o'clock Kilbeggan, Something Sweet, 7 to 2. I've put 1 shorty in with those 3 biggies. I couldn't find anything else in the market where I was solid enough. So because I've got 3 big prices, I'm able to put a short one in there. And then 7 o'clock Kilbeggan, Presenting Dylan, 20 to 1. 20p each way, lucky 15. And then we've got 2 25p singles and a 25p double on the top 2. So that's all circled in there. That's the additional bets on bet 3. Hopefully that makes sense. Any questions in the comments? Okay, word on the golf is ISPS Hander Championship. Canizares had a shocker. Walters mixed bag, but ultimately not very good. Ashley Chester's had a great round. So thanks for Ed on the comments yesterday for reminding everybody about Henny du Plessis. Henny du Plessis, friend of the channel, or might not be after this weekend. So we'll cheer on Ashley Chester's in there. It's a decent first round for him. He and the rest of them will tee off lunchtime-ish. We've then got in the Zurich Classic, Scheffler and Palmer had a decent enough round. They're close enough, so we'll see how they get on. They tee off after lunch. And then in the Cherb Classic, the Seniors Tour, Retief Goosen, he tees off this afternoon for round 1, because in the Seniors Tour they only play 54 holes. So they're all this afternoon, so hopefully no flash score refreshing in the evening. Alright, that's what I've got for you. Hopefully it all makes sense. Just be kind to each other, be friendly. I want to build a community on here, and if you act like an absolute dick, I'll bin you off. That's it. Alright. Have a lovely day. I'll have a good day. See you in the morning for a lovely Saturday. Thanks very much.